we're going to do this. This is how we start off our shows, okay? We start off on the left side, and we go, huddle, 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 sing, 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 build a, build a, build a, sound money, sound money. All right. And huddle, 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 sing, 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 build a, build a, build a, sound money, sound money. Huddle, 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 sing, 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 build a, build a, build a, sound money, sound money. Huddle, 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 sing, 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 build a, build a, build a, sound money, sound money. All right. Sing, 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 build a, build a, build a, sound money, sound money. Sing, 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 build a, build a, build a, sound money, sound money. Sing, 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 build a, build a, build a, sound money, sound money. Sing, 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 build a, build a, build a, sound money, sound money. Sing, 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 build a, build a, build a, sound money, sound money. Ugly old goat. Okay, this is Ugly Old Goat, and we're going to have a little fireside chat with Santa. I'm a real Santa Claus. I mean, this is real. They can pull on it. It's one of those, not one of those fake things. And there's a little shopping center down here in Mexico. I'll be able to practice my Spanish with children and teach them a little bit about what Christmas is all about. So this is, life moves on and there's always changes. And this is going to be my new fun little hobby for the next, from now until Christmas. I think I start this weekend. We'll find out. They have a little place for me. And my children and grandchildren are very excited about it. So anyway, I just want to share that little bit of news with you, and let me put on my glasses and we'll take a look at the Bitcoin market. Again, I've been, okay, all right. Is there a problem? Okay. All right, we are here now, and guys, I have been long this market for the past few days. I caught I've caught the bottom on this 4-hour candle, the 9. Let's put it on the 9. Okay. I caught this bottom right in here. Let's wait for the numbers to catch up. I caught this 9 down here, and I rode this all the way up, and then I was looking to, once we made this one, I just wanted to let it ride, but then I knew if it rallied up again, I wanted to sell it. I sold this rally all the way up. I did not sell it till we broke this high, and then I started selling all the way up. And if we go to a shorter term time frame, I actually, let's go to, the 30-minute. I sold all the way up here. Let's see. I sold all the way up here, and then I sold more on this rally. And I didn't get out of all my position. I had, I think, about $70,000 on it. I got out of more than half of it. I think I got it down to 30,000. And then I bought, I had priced orders before the 9, but I happened to pick to buy them all back down in here. Well, we'll just look at the BitMEX. We'll just show you all my fills. Again, guys, I don't give much credence to people that talk about the market unless you're a doer. You know, the track record is kind of mythological. So if you don't share your trades public with someone, and I'm not saying you should share it with the public. I happen to, but I think if you share your trades with others, it helps you in your trading. And so you'll see here, I, I was long this dip and I sold a little bit here. And then I sold all the way up here to, well, let's see. Again, you need to get on my guild if you want to see all my trades. But basically, uh, yeah, I sold 98. The highest I sold was 98. That was 98, 566. I don't know. Okay, 98, 799, 759. That was that. No, I think I did some at 8 something. 90, 98, 590. I don't know. I can't read this stuff, guys. I'm not that smart. But anyway, you'll see that basically I turned it around. I sold the stuff. Uh, okay, let's see. Where's all my sales? Oh, I'm not in the wrong place, I think. No, let's see. Here we go. There we go. Now I'm looking at it right. Okay, so you'll see that I sold this stuff. I was long in here, and I started selling at 97,470. I sold all the way up, and the highest price I got was 90, and I did it on a scale up. So the highest price I got was 98,759, and then we broke from there, and the first rally I started selling some more. I sold here again at 98,586 and 98,370 and 590, and then I didn't start buying back until we got close to that 97. And I bought some back here at 97,383. So I bought it all back quite a bit cheaper, and then I stepped back into the position here. Now we do have a funding coming up. Well, it just happened. But in 2 minutes, we're going to have a funding. Oh, it just happened. It's going to cost me a little bit to be long, but I don't trade the funding. And normally, it rallies into the funding. This time, it did not do that. If it's a high funding like that, it's usually a high funding for a reason. It usually continues on up, and I think that's what it was. You know, but you know, who knows? I want to really, what I want to point out here now, what I'm planning on doing is, if I look at the 4 hour, I'm just going to let this ride as long as we don't take out the 2 candle 4 hour low. And if you go here, and we go here now, that is down here. We shouldn't go down there. And then after, at 1 o'clock in a couple hours, I'll be moving my stop closer up to here. I am looking to sell this rally. And over 100,000 would be a great place to sell it. I want to show something that just only Bitcoin has this, and Bitcoin has a traditional market, which is the CME, and it's a completely different market. And I was pointing this out the other day. The moving averages did not turn down on the on the Chicago Board of Trade on the CME contract. It did on all the other world 24-hour moving averages. So basically, a lot of people got stopped out. If you look at the daily on this low right here, when they should, they're going to all turn up. If we close up here above, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we close above 98,086 today, then the moving averages will start getting bullish, and then if it closes up another day, they'll get real bullish. So I'm looking in a couple days that we'll probably go up there and break over 100,000. I will be a seller up there because the moving averages will be buyers, and I'm not saying it's going to break much, but it's not going to be unlikely that we break 100,000, then we have a rapid sell-off. Now, the other thing that I think is really key in here is if we look at we're going to look at this gap. Let's, okay. Okay, I need to go the daily. Okay, here's this big old gap right here. between the high of 77, 80,670. Now, it's going to be very unusual. This gap should and will eventually get filled, but it's very difficult to predict how it's going to do it. It could do it, tomorrow. It can do it if these moving averages turn down. If everybody buys this top and we got all the buyers in, this thing can break hard and fill that gap. In fact, you could break it hard and sell below this gap. But the market's going to eventually go down there, I think. But you got to look at it this way. If the market goes to 800,000 and has a 90% correction, this is where it's going to go. Guys, this is what Bitcoin does. And what I teach is Bitcoin is a great speculation. But this is Bitcoin heresy. It is not money. It is a lousy form of cash. It's lousy cash. And it sucks as a store of value, unless you dollar cost average, because it's just too volatile to be a store of value. And it will never be money. Now, I know that there's arguments, well, it was designed and it was supposed to be peer-to-peer cash. Well, maybe that's what the Satoshi intended when he created it. But it's quite apparent now that it's not cash, and economics will tell us it will never be cash. And it will never be cash because it's not the most tradable good in the marketplace. Now, the best analogy you have is the gold standard. Now, people don't understand this, but when we were on a gold standard, gold it could be used as cash, but it wasn't used as cash. The only time it was really used as cash was during the California gold rush in California. The rest of the world didn't use it, but why was gold used as cash? I mean, they literally weighed dust. In fact, there was so much trade in gold that private mints sprung up to mint the gold coin, so they had a better way of trade. But gold was not valuable, but it was the most tradable thing in California during the California gold rush. What was dear, what you couldn't get, was coffee and clothes and tents and picks and shovels and pans to pan the gold. So you need to understand what money is. Bitcoin is not money. It will never be money. It can be used as money. It can be used for money, just as gold can be used as money. But it was not widespread. And even when we were on the gold standard, gold was not widely used as money. Yes, you could trade gold, physical gold. They were gold coins. Now, none of them were for small denominations. They had copper, nickel, and silver coins for small denominations, and they had what was called seigniorage, the difference between the face value and the intrinsic value of that metal. And that is a service that the government issued, and it was a legitimate form of revenue for a government without any taxation. But Bitcoin, again, is not money. It will never be money. It can be used as money. Whenever, and I pay some bills with Bitcoin. When I do that, I'm using it as money. But most of my transactions, when I bought this Santa Claus outfit, I used dollars. And the dollar is the most tradable good in the world economy. Now, not everywhere in every place. I live in Mexico, and so the most tradable commodity in Mexico is the Mexican peso. The second most tradable good in Mexico is the U.S. dollar. So you need to start thinking about don't be fooled this idea that Bitcoin will emerge as money. Now, it can emerge, but it will be Bitcoin substitutes. Just as when the gold standard evolved, gold didn't exchange that much. Now they exchanged mainly between the banks, but because the banks had to have some gold so they could redeem their notes. But what they did is they had a gold standard, and their notes were tied and redeemable to that gold. Now their notes were not gold, but they represented all the goods and services that that bank, had collateral on to issue those notes. And that's a non-inflationary money creation because those notes are retired as that money that's created is spent in the marketplace. And there's empirical evidence that this is so because if you look at the numismatic value of banknotes, the ones that are rare are from the thousands of sound banks. Now, there were some wildcat banks that went broke and people stored, they had this worthless, it's kind of like shit coins, they had this worthless paper, and so they stored it in their attic, and after 2 or 3 generations, after 100 years, it had some kind of collector value. But the real percent of them were eventually redeemed. Okay, so what I want to do now is look at this uh, CME because I do think it's very important. This gap is a big deal. And again, you have this huge gap in here. Are we going to go down and fill it? We can do it at any time. We can go up to, I don't think we're going to do it from here. I think we have to go substantially higher to fill that gap. But we could go all the way. Like I said, I was say, what is the worst case typical Bitcoin scenario? Well, it could go to $800,000 and have a 90% correction to come back and fill this gap. So Bitcoin is lousy cash and sucks as a store of value, or sucks as a store of value and is lousy cash. I wrote that a long time ago. I still hold on to it today. Is it worth holding? Yes. Yes, it's a great speculation. And is it a trading vehicle? Absolutely. Because it is such a great speculation, it's probably the best trading vehicle that has ever been devised. What is its value? Well, its value is it's secure and unconfiscatable. It has a fixed supply, and it is created through proof of work. So that's the value. The value is that unconfiscatability. The value is it transcends borders. So I hope I'm starting to drill this through people's head. And again, can you pull up the dollar cost averaging? It's never too late for Bitcoin because I definitely want to show that. All right, so let me go through and show you the. Let me go through. Where's the BitMEX account? There it is, guys. I have this guild, and I'll show you this right now. I'm starting a new thing. It's called. Let me put it up here. It's going to be a 24-hour live stream, and basically, it has everything that I teach, but it which is equity trading. But I call it advanced equity trading. Now, what's advanced about it? Well, what's advanced about it is that we're going to develop personal accountability. In other words, it's not just equity trading, but how do you manage funds? Well, the best way to do that is to be accountable. You want to be accountable first to the Lord and to yourself, but the way to do that too is to be accountable to other people. And the best way to do that is actually to publish your trades. Now, you don't have to publish it to the whole world, but you can publish it to other traders that you trust, and they can help you if you start mismanaging your funds, because it's very easy to do. I mean, the best traders in the world have recognized that money management is the easiest thing to understand, but the most difficult thing to put into practice. And so and we're going to use Discord. This Discord site is for that purpose. So if you're whether you're a successful trader, or let's say most traders have been successful at one time or another, but they lose it all. And that's what we're trying to avoid. We don't want to see you go through those crises. And the reason I came across this is because I'm going through a personal crisis myself. And so I'm developing a whole trading system based on that. And this uh, the accountability needs to be incorporated in your trading if you want to fully recover from just getting wiped out in the market through stupid mistakes. And so we have a trading warrior honor code, and that is an understanding we will be men, we will be real, and we'll be raw and relevant, and we'll be accountable to ourselves and others. And the warrior results rule is we prioritize the results over our feelings or opinions and take ownership of the outcome. So we don't emphasize TA. Now, TA, it's fine to use. I use it. You use it to enter the market, but it's absolutely, it will get you in trouble, and it's the worst thing to do if you don't have money management. You can trade without any TA successfully if you correctly manage your funds. You cannot trade with TA and be a winner over the long run if you don't manage your funds. You just won't. So that is the idea behind this live stream that we'll be doing. Again, I will be charging for it. If you want to get on, and here's what we're doing. One thing you do if you're part of it, here's what we're doing. This is the guild that we have, and you'll kind of see the members. Looks like here's some of our members. Fish King is up. I'm up the most on ROI right now, but we have and if we look at all the guilds rankings, we usually pretty good. I don't know where we are now. Let's see. Ugly will go of all these guilds. We're number 4, and of the top traders, let's see who we got up here. Looks like I'm one of the top 8 right now. And let's see if we have any other. Yeah, Fish King, he's up there in the top 10. But we, like I say, we have some very good traders in here. We don't copy trade. I don't follow what these guys do. I mean, you can look and see what their positions are. Like here's my current position. I'm 70,000 long. And so you can see that all the time. And then you can actually go in. I'm not sure how you do that, Eddie. How do I show them the whole position? Remember we did that the other day? Huh? This? Well, at any rate, I'm not, guys, I'm really technically deficient. But at any rate, I just wanted to invite you, if you go to our website, which is uglyoldgoat.com, and you make, I'll just show you that too. Maybe. No, I'm not going to go there. You have the website link on there or no? No. Oh, I don't need to go there. So, I guess I can. What am I sharing? Am I sharing? I don't know where I'm at now. Okay. Yeah, put the website on there, so I'll go. Yeah, we don't let anybody, these guilds, when I started the guild, people were coming on and coming off. And, unless you make a purchase, we're not going to put you on. If you make a purchase, we will let you uh, look at the guild. And scroll up to the beginning of the website so they can see what, not the articles. Just go to the front page. There you go, the equity trading start kit. Yeah, all you have to do is make this purchase here, guys. If you make this purchase, then you'll get on the trading lounge, and we'll let you join the BitMEX Guild. Again, it's only if you're in the right jurisdiction. I think as long as you're not in the United States, pretty well. The rest of the world can trade on BitMEX. So, all right, guys, that's all I wanted to show you today. Again, I'm still not done. I want to show you this because this is interesting. Where are those? Where are those? Where's the trading view? I know I don't like this computer because for that reason, because I don't know how to navigate it. Yeah, hang on a minute. I'll show you something that. Okay, that's the one. I want this one. Okay, here is I want to show this daily on this again because. Okay. This is just a weird situation because here's this gap, but there was another gap on this thing because it was closed yesterday and it opened up just for a few hours, and it has this weird gap on here. Let's see if I don't know where it's at. Okay, so here you have another gap. This little trading day, it went up here and just it gapped up again. And it's got this little trading day up here for half a day. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the weekend. And I have no prediction. It could go over 100,000 and this thing could break hard. So you just, you trade it accordingly. I mean, my position is I'm long. I've got a close stop on. If I get stopped out, I've made a nice profit. But I think there's more to on the upside. I am looking to go short if this market closes higher today and tomorrow, somewhere in the next day, somewhere along the line, I will probably be going short very temporarily just because the moving averages are for big moves, they are correct, but they give up too much at the top and too much at the bottom. And their entry point just sucks. And so I do fade moving averages. I pay attention to them. The long term are very important, but the short term moving averages, you just kind of want to not pay much attention to them. Let me see if I can. I work off of a different computer, guys. So when I come here, I'm kind of at a loss. I know that. Okay. Well, whatever it was that I saw, I can't duplicate it today. And I know that, I don't know what time frame that was on, but it demonstrated the gaps. So, at any rate, I am looking for this market to continue up, and I don't see, anything to stop it over the weekend. But I do think, we are. I think we're going to run out of steam and at least pause up here at the new highs. And I don't look for a lot of follow through initially. But if you look at some of these things on the weekly, I mean, we could go all the way up. Just this little blue line, the 110,000 is not would not be out of character in this market. But I'm not looking for that. Again, I'm not predicting that at all. It's not a prediction. If you want to know where the market is going, you need to go somewhere else. Because we don't know. All of us that are on this kill, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what the market's going to do, but we know how to trade the darn thing. So if you want to learn how to trade, we can show you that. Now, if you want to know where the market's going, you need to go somewhere else because I don't have any magic beans. I have some very sound trading principles. But at any rate, have a happy Thanksgiving weekend. We don't have Thanksgiving down here in Mexico, but we are. I decided to celebrate by. I took my Christmas picture with my daughter and my grandchildren today, and I said, "Well, I may as well get on and do the show in my Santa Claus outfit." So again, keep posted. We'll try and do a show again tomorrow and on Sunday, and because we're in a critical area, we will be developing this Discord channel. We're working on it now. It's going to be, I think it'll be pretty cool once we get it set up. And that way you can watch me. Basically, the idea is as I trade, I want to get on and be able to talk live, say, hey, this is what I'm doing, and this is where I'm doing it. And for example, I sold the rally today, and I bought it back, this morning, and looking for the market to return on the upside. Now, the other thing too that you might notice is that I definitely believe in using market money. You want to, as soon as you can, you want to trade what I call OPM, other people's money, trade the market money. And as you do that, you can actually increase your position size. When I started this thing, I was only trading about a quarter of a Bitcoin, and now I'm trading about a little over half a Bitcoin. And as I begin to build my profits, my trading will increase. By the same token, if my equity is going down, I lower the amount of trading that I do. It's a function of my equity. And the way I phrase this is that there's a few small traders that become large traders, and almost all large traders become small traders. And the wise large trader chooses to become a small trader again. In other words, you want to be the one in control and not have the market force you out of it. This is what money management, sound money management is. And you will not be a successful trader without it. It's impossible. I guarantee it. And even the legends, Jesse Livermore was the legend. He was the one that started technical analysis. But in the end, he lost everything and committed suicide. And if I can, this is what I don't want to see. I've had acquaintances, not in Bitcoin yet, but in the gold business that did commit suicide because of the losses that they took, in the marketplace. All right, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.